Hey guys, Saber here. Today I want to talk about Loot Sword, a very powerful deck with a lot of powerful burn and finisher options. Let's get into the deck list. First of all, yes, we play all of the loot cards. They are generally really good, you can even play them in non-loot decks. Octris and the token spell alongside the burn from Cincero are our primary damage tools out of hand, for a total of potential 12 damage turn 7. Devotee and Supplicant are really good early loot generators attached to very good body. Lair just guarantees us access to all 4 different loot tokens. Congregant alongside Returning Slash are our primary ways to deal with opponent boards. But before we continue, let's take a closer look at our loot tokens. Blade is a 1 play point deal 1 to an enemy leader or follower. Necklace gives one of our followers ward and 1 defense. Goblin heals our leader for 2, and Boot gives us 1 attack and rush to one of our followers. So these are generally 4 really good cards, and we basically need to juggle between using them as fuse fodder for Cincero or using them on our board to push more damage or heal us outside of lethal ranges. Alongside our loot package, we also play 3 Albert and Odin alongside a single copy of Kagemitsu for additional reach. Quickblader is an aggressive 1-drop where Vals can deal with opponent followers or can set up an OTK with its enhanced ambush. We play a really small mid-range part with just 3 Lance Troopers and Zirconias just for board pressure and early chip. Ravening is another burn option which also puts us out of opponents' lethal ranges. Last but not least, we play 1 singular tablet. It increases our consistency to find finishers and end the game before we run out of steam. If you like this kind of videos, feel free to leave a like or subscribe, it would mean a lot for me. Let's get into the replays. And here we are in the first replay against Rune. And Rune's a really tempo based matchup. We want to hit early and we want to hit hard. Why? Because we always want to present a threat, so Rune just has no time to heal. So we just play Devotee here as 2 1-drop. We will probably play Octris next turn into a Kagemitsu. Octris just for a Crest and Kagemitsu just in an ever returning body that we can just super evo to hit face. Now Octris here is a 3-3 that he needs to deal with, and he plays homework time, so he just gets minimum 3 damage 3 in. Here we now play Kagemitsu, play the boots out of our hand, auto Octris to just push 4 face. Next turn we will probably drop Zirconia. But now he plays this Anna and Greer and gets a pretty here, and now Zirconia doesn't look that great anymore because he would kill the 5-3 and his 5 play Congregant. Congregant allows us here to full clear the board. We just use 1 extra boots. And use here an extra goblet, play the goblet, play the boots and full clear while leaving a 6-5 body. Once again needs to clear. Now plays another Zirconia, another Anna and Greer, and now we get a really good Zirconia turn because we just dropped Supplicant into the Zirconia to get a really big board. Zirconia clears Anna and Greer, remaining with 2 HP, and we have an established board. We get the 1 play point spell from Octris next turn in hand, and it's looking smart, and oh my god, hit Zirconia, and well, doesn't really matter because Flame of Chaos would have cleared it anyway, but he will clear. And small mistake on his part, he could have gained at least 4 playing spells to actually even gain at least, and here, and then full clear. But now we just default a spell. Get a little ambush unit pass, and he just plays his Kuron, and we just super evo our Kagemitsu, play Odin to banish his sword, and now suddenly we have 30 damage face, which is more than enough to seal this duel. Next replay. And here we are in the second replay, playing against Haven, so we always assume it's Crest Haven here. And it's quite similar to the first game, as just want to go as aggressive as possible to make it hard for them to establish their marvel. So we are going second here, and second is probably the strongest sword, because with Zirconia on 4 as an Evo turn, and it's so strong. Now we have 3 cost in hand, so we can extra play point into our Crest, get the early Crest, still push damage. We already got 2 damage in. He is now forced to drop a 2/3 Grimnir Ward, and well, yeah, now 3 play points. We just drop Kang into 2, have a returning threat, trade with upgrades and go one more phase. He's down to 17, but he has Binding Fate to full clear. That's a little bit sad, but it's fine. We just drop Zirconia here, Evo Zirconia, has a big board to deal with. And make it really hard for him to establish his Marvin here. He doesn't have him, and he plays Rune to clear Zirconia, Evo, and probably trade here, just to reduce the damage that he takes next turn. Now, Cygames comes back, we still don't have Super Evo, but we have Congruent, and we play Congruent, and Evo Congruent here for the extra play point, because one of the trade, we'll go on to the flare, we play, I shouldn't have traded because we sent 0, and I decided to these skill boots. I actually don't know why I did it so weird. That was just a side misplay. Now we just go for even more loot cut in hand, so we get full fuse Cincero, and we just put Cincero here, deal 8, and next turn we have Kaimitsu into Odin, which is another 9 damage. He just dropped this Marvel, and with Marvel Super Evo he finally gets his game plan online. He plays those here to heal himself up to 8, but 8 is not more than 9, so Cygames Evo Odin it is. And that's another one in combo. Next now for our third and final replay for this video, we are playing against Sword. Yeah, I know, normally I do 4, but today I don't have that much time, so we just have to live 3. We are now in Sword Mirror, probably Sword Mirror and the first, so we are already at the backwood. I still keep an early curve here. And we just draw on one of Tablet. Tablet is really interesting because it can allow us to just find our finishers way earlier. We just drop Luminous here to answer his quick later. But back to Tablet. Tablet, since our deck is really hard and run 2 cards per turn, allows us to find at least Odin or at least Albert or Cincero, at least one off, and it gets even strong if you already have 1 Albert, 1 Odin, 1 Cincero in hand, because we get way faster to the second copy. Here we just play for board, clear his board, we play Stability, go skill boost to clear, and even another extra play point just to keep us alive. But we just keep on pressuring him. Another Lance Trooper, we go wide. He could Zirconia here, which would hurt us quite a bit. But we're already down to 16, so we're getting closer to our lethal ranges. Now we play some turning slash. It's a 1-1, which is really bad for him. The 1-2 or 1-2 with that. With Supplicant Evo, trying to 1-2, and gobbled himself back to 18. Now in 5, we drop Diversity here, get the Russian, with Brass, can just clear 3-3, and with Evo's a 1-2, into 3-4, can go phase. He plays the Crest to get the Crest online, and he will play Trooper, training to make 2-1, evoing Crest to get 2 more loot cards in hand, and trading into Mastery 4. Back to 2 health, fusing Cincero, so we know that he's slowly preparing an 8 damage burst. Now we have an interesting play because both of units are 2 HP. We just drop tablets here, get our deck down to single offs, and just drop all the turning slashes. Let's do cycle through our deck, full clear his board, and hit his face. One of the blades then generated. Why did I do this? Well, we just need to get to one of the finishers basically, or to 2 finishers, to basically win this match. And just run 2 cards per turn, and now on the opposite hand, just really gives us the ability to close this match out. Playing out this here gives us finally the Crest. We drop Cygames just for the tempo, and we super evil Cygames to just go 5 phase, which puts him down to 9, which allows us to, if he finds Zero next turn, to just end this match. Odin's would be another 7 damage to face, and we could buff him with boost. So he's in a bad spot. He uses this Synthro here to push face and get us down to 10 while clearing the board. Now it's our turn, and we just drop Albert. We see what we draw next, Tentacle, and we decide to play the defensive route, just playing Boots, and not Boot Goblet into another Goblet, into a 3rd Goblet, getting us back to 16. By clearing the board. He actually did a misplay here, because if he would have played the 1 play point kill 4 last turn and had Albert on hand, he could have finished me here, but he didn't do it. I puts us back to 8. We need to deal 14 to him here. We have Albert, and we have Cygames with 5 damage. We boot him, so he's 6 damage. And by fusing 1 into our Synthro, we actually get a 1 mana spell in hand, so 4 was a spell, 6 with Cygames, and another 5 with Raven and Tentacles is lethal here.